Did you know that there are people around you who were placed in your path precisely to test your strength, but who now only block the light that the universe wants to pour upon you? If you were born under the sign of Aries, pay close attention to this video, because today we are going to reveal 12 powerful spiritual warnings that God is sending directly to you. These are urgent messages, clear signs that the time has come to distance yourself from certain people who drain your energy, who dim your light, and who prevent your blessings from reaching you. Aries, you are a warrior by nature, full of fire, courage, and the drive to conquer the world. But even the strongest warriors need to know when to retreat, when to protect their own light, when to understand that not every battle needs to be fought. And what many people don't realize is that some of the biggest battles you face don't come from declared enemies, but from people close to you, sometimes even disguised as friends, family, or colleagues. These are people who, consciously or not, block your spiritual evolution, who throw stones in your path, who diminish your dreams with negative words. God is speaking to you through signs, through recurring situations, through that unease in your chest you feel when you are near certain people. This discomfort is not without reason. It is your spirit asking for protection. It is your intuition screaming that something is not right. And today you will understand exactly what these 12 spiritual warnings are, how to recognize them in your life, and above all, how to act to free yourself from these energies that only hinder your growth. If you continue to ignore these signs, you will continue to feel stuck, tired, as if you were running in place without making any progress. But if you pay attention to what we are about to reveal, if you have the courage to look at your life honestly and make the necessary decisions, I guarantee you, your life will change completely. Doors that were closed will open, opportunities that seemed impossible will appear, and that feeling of lightness and purpose will return to your heart. So take a deep breath, because what you're about to discover may be exactly what you've been missing to finally unlock all the blessings the universe has prepared for you. Let's embark on this journey of liberation and spiritual renewal together. Spiritual warning 1. You feel unexplained tiredness after being with certain people. Aries, the first spiritual warning God is sending you has to do with your physical and emotional energy. You know those days when you wake up full of energy, ready to conquer the world, but after spending a few hours with a certain person you feel completely exhausted? It's not normal everyday tiredness. It's not because you worked too much or slept too little. It's a different kind of exhaustion, one that comes from within, weighing on your body and soul. This is the first clear sign that someone is draining your light, sucking your vitality, blocking the natural flow of energy that should be circulating freely within you. There are people who act like true energy vampires. They don't necessarily do it out of malice. Often they aren't even aware of what they're causing. But the fact is, when you're around them, your vital energy simply slips away, like water through your fingers. You can notice this in conversations that never go anywhere, that always revolve around the same problems, the same complaints. They are people who live in constant drama, who always have a tragedy to tell, who never see the good side of anything. For you, Aries, this is especially harmful. Your sign is ruled by the element of fire, by the energy of Mars, the planet of action and vitality. You need to be in motion, you need to feel that you are advancing, growing, evolving. When someone throws cold water on your flames, when someone pulls you down with constant negativity, your entire energy system collapses. You begin to doubt yourself, to lose that spark that has always characterized you. That will to conquer the impossible. God is showing you this now because the time has come for you to create healthy boundaries. It's not selfishness to protect your energy. It's not wrong to distance yourself from those who harm you. Spiritual self-care. It's respect for the light that exists within you. Think of it this way. You are like a battery that needs to be charged to illuminate your own path and also help other people. But if you allow some people to constantly drain your battery, there won't be any energy left for yourself. Pay close attention to who these people are in your life. Do a simple exercise. After spending time with someone, stop for a few minutes and feel how your body is reacting. Do you feel light, inspired, motivated? Or do you feel heavy, confused, discouraged? Your body never tells you. It's a perfect radar for identifying energies that aren't good for you. If you notice that a certain person always leaves you exhausted, that's the universe giving you a clear warning. Don't ignore it. Don't justify it. Don't try to be too strong to the point of sacrificing yourself. What you need to do now is start reducing the time you spend with these people. It doesn't have to be abrupt, it doesn't have to create conflict, but gradually distance yourself, create space, Preserve your energy for what really matters. And when you do that, when you set that necessary boundary, you'll feel a huge difference. You'll wake up more refreshed. You'll feel that zest for life returning in full force. Your light will shine again without interference, without blockages. Spiritual warning 2. Your dreams and plans are constantly being diminished. The second spiritual warning you need to recognize is when you realize that whenever you share your dreams, your plans, your ideas with certain people, they find a way to diminish everything. Aries, you are naturally ambitious, a dreamer, full of grand projects. Your mind works at high speed, always creating possibilities, always seeing opportunities where others see obstacles. But when you share your visions with someone who blocks your light, that person will react in a way that extinguishes your enthusiasm. These people use seemingly harmless phrases, disguised as concern or realism. They say things like, "Are you sure this will work? Isn't it too risky? Have you thought about everything that could go wrong? I know someone who tried something similar and it didn't work. Maybe you should wait a little longer, study more, plan more." And each of these phrases, however much they seem to come from a place of care, are actually like small poisoned arrows that pierce your confidence, your self-belief, your courage to take risks. What happens is that these people project their own fears, limitations, and frustrations onto you. Often they are individuals who have given up on their own dreams and now, consciously or unconsciously, try to make you give up on yours too. Not because they hate you, but because your courage, your boldness, your brilliance reflect everything they lack the strength to be. And that deeply bothers them. God is warning you about these people because they are extremely dangerous to your destiny. Aries needs support, encouragement, people who believe in you, who truly cheer you on, who celebrate every small victory. When you are surrounded by people who only see problems, who only point out difficulties, who never encourage you to take the next step, your inner strength begins to weaken. You begin to internalize these negative voices, to doubt your abilities, to postpone dreams that should be realized now. Pay attention to how you feel after telling someone about your plans. Do you feel more excited, more confident, with even more desire to achieve them? Or do you feel discouraged, small, as if your dream were ridiculous or impossible? The reaction people have to your project says much more about them than about you. Those who truly love you, who genuinely want what's best for you, will support you even if they don't fully understand, will encourage you even if they find it challenging, and will be by your side cheering for your success. The time has come for you to stop sharing your dreams with those who lack the capacity to see their greatness. Keep your sacred plans to yourself or share them only with those rare people who truly vibrate at the same frequency of faith and possibility. And when you do this, when you protect your seeds of dreams from the negativity of others, you will realize that your ideas will grow faster, that your confidence will strengthen, that you will have the courage to take steps that previously seemed impossible. If this message resonated with your zodiac sign, trust me, it's no coincidence. When the universe wants to speak to you, it sends exactly the right signal, and you're here because you needed to hear this today. Your contribution as a subscriber or member is what keeps these messages alive. Messages that touch, awaken, and transform lives. And if this video made sense to you, leave your birth date in the comments. Let's continue with our video now. Spiritual warning 3. You recognize envy disguised as friendship. The third spiritual warning that God is sending you is about recognizing the envy that hides behind false smiles and sweet words. Aries, you are direct, transparent, and honest in your intentions. Because of this, you often have difficulty perceiving when someone is being false with you. You believe in people's good intentions. You believe that everyone plays fair like you do. But the truth is that there are people around you who are envious of your energy, your strength, your ability to get up every time you fall. Envy is one of the most destructive feelings that exists on the spiritual plane. It creates a dense, heavy energy that literally blocks blessings from reaching you. When someone envies you, that person emits negative thoughts and vibrations in your direction, even if they don't say anything out loud. These thoughts act as invisible obstacles that hinder your progress, close doors that should be open, and complicate situations that should be simple. The worst part is that these envious people are often very close to you. They might be coworkers who pretend to support you, but secretly hope for your failure. They might be friends who praise you to your face but talk badly about you behind your back. They might even be family members who are jealous of your achievements, who compare their lives to yours and feel diminished by your success. These people will never admit they are envious, and often they aren't even aware of it. but the effect they have on your life is devastating. How do you identify these people? Pay attention to the details. Observe who can never truly rejoice in your victories, who always finds a way to diminish your achievements, to point out what could have been better, to compare them to what someone else has accomplished. Observe who quickly changes the subject when you are happy sharing something good that happened. Observe who only appears when you are in trouble, but disappears when you are doing well. Envious people have one very clear characteristic. They never celebrate you with an open heart. They might even say nice words, they might even give you a hug, but you feel that sincerity is lacking. That sparkle in the eyes of someone who is genuinely happy for you is missing. And your Aries heart, which is pure and true, feels this disconnect. Don't ignore this feeling. It's your spiritual guide warning you that something isn't right. God is showing you this because the envy of others can truly hinder your path. In the spiritual world, the energy that people direct towards you has real power. When someone looks at you with envy, they are creating a negative current that can block opportunities, delay achievements, and create obstacles seemingly out of nowhere. That's why it's so important that you distance yourself from these people, that you create an energetic barrier between you and them. It doesn't mean you need to confront or create animosity, but it does mean you need to stop giving so much importance to these people, stop seeking their approval, stop sharing your joys with those who aren't capable of genuinely rejoicing with you. Save your victories for those who truly deserve to celebrate by your side. And when you do this energetic cleansing, when you distance yourself from those who envy you, you will feel immense relief, as if you've lifted a weight off your shoulders. Your achievements will flow more easily, and doors will open more naturally. Spiritual warning 4. Conflicts frequently recur in the same situations. The fourth spiritual warning you need to recognize is when you realize you're living in cycles of repetitive conflict with the same people. Aries, you are a fire sign, explosive when you feel attacked, when you feel injustice. But not every conflict deserves your energy. Not every provocation needs a response. And when you realize that certain people constantly put you in situations of fighting, arguing, and stress, this is a clear sign that these people are blocking your peace, your spiritual evolution. There are people who are addicted to drama. They can't live in harmony. They need to create chaos to feel alive, to get attention, to maintain control over others. These people know exactly what your weak points are. They know where to press to get under your skin. And they do it on purpose, consciously or not. They provoke, poke, make comments they know will irritate you. And when you react, when you get into the fight, they've achieved exactly what they wanted: to drain your energy, to throw you off balance, to make you lose focus on what really matters. What many people don't understand is that when you get into conflict with someone, especially repetitive conflicts that never resolve themselves, you are creating very strong energetic cords with that person. It's as if you become tied to each other by these constant fights. And as long as you are energetically tied to toxic people, you cannot advance spiritually. Your energy remains trapped in these situations, spinning in circles, unable to expand to where it should really be going. God is warning you that you need to break these cycles. Not through more conflict, not through one last big fight that will solve everything, but through conscious distancing, through the firm decision not to play these people's game anymore. When someone provokes you and you simply don't react, you break the pattern. When someone tries to drag you into an argument and you take a deep breath and walk away, you regain your power. Aries needs to learn a very important spiritual lesson. Not every battle needs to be fought. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. You don't need to have the last word. You don't need to make others understand your point of view. What you need is to preserve your inner peace, your vital energy for things that truly deserve your attention. And when you understand this, when you stop wasting your strength on pointless conflicts, it's as if a fog lifts from your life. Everything becomes clearer, lighter, easier to navigate. Look at your life now and identify who these people are who constantly put you in conflict situations. Who are those who always have a criticism, a provocation, a comment that destabilizes you? These people no longer deserve a place in your life. It doesn't matter if they are family members, old friends, or work colleagues. Your peace of mind is worth more than any toxic relationship. And when you make the decision to distance yourself, to create a safe distance, you will realize that the knot in your stomach that you used to feel will disappear. That constant tension will give way to a serenity that you had even forgotten existed. Spiritual warning number 5. You can't be yourself around certain people. The fifth spiritual warning that God is sending you has to do with your authenticity. Aries, you were born to be free. to express your true essence without fear, without masks. But when you realize that you need to pretend to be someone else in the presence of certain individuals, when you need to hide important parts of who you are, when you need to measure every word so as not to be judged, this is a very serious sign that these people are blocking your light, your true nature. There are environments and people that make you feel like you're not good enough just for being who you are. These are people who have expectations about how you should be, how you should behave, what you should or shouldn't say. And when you're around them, you automatically find yourself censoring your spontaneity, controlling your natural reactions, trying to fit into a mold that has nothing to do with your true essence. This is extremely damaging to your soul. When you can't be authentic, when you constantly need to wear masks, your vital energy begins to fragment. It's as if you're divided into several different versions of yourself, and none of them are truly complete. You expend an absurd amount of energy trying to keep these masks in place, trying to remember how you should act with each person, trying to be approved by people who will never truly accept you anyway. For Aries, this is especially torturous. Their sign is ruled by pure authenticity, by the courage to be exactly who you are without apology. When you betray your own nature to please others, you are literally extinguishing your inner light. You are telling the universe that your true essence is not good enough, that you need to be someone else to deserve love and acceptance. And that is one of the greatest spiritual blocks that exist. God is reminding you now that you were created exactly as you were meant to be. Your most striking characteristics, what makes you unique, your intense energy, your overwhelming passion, your raw honesty. All of that is intentional. You don't need to soften who you are to fit into anyone's life. The right people will love you exactly as you are. They will appreciate your intensity instead of trying to erase you. They will celebrate your authenticity instead of making you feel like you're too much. So take an honest look. With whom do you feel you can be completely yourself? With whom do you feel you can laugh loudly, speak your mind, express your opinions without fear of judgment? And with whom do you feel constrained, watched, judged? The people who make you feel uncomfortable being yourself are exactly those you need to distance yourself from. When you make the courageous decision to live your truth, to be authentic, even if it means some people will walk away, something magical happens. You begin to attract people into your life who resonate with your true vibration. People who love you for who you really are, not for the edited version you were trying to present. And these relationships are infinitely more fulfilling, deeper, and more genuine. Your whole life changes when you stop trying to be someone you're not. Spiritual warning 6. Your achievements are minimized or ignored. The sixth spiritual warning you need to recognize is when your achievements are constantly minimized by the people around you. Aries, you work hard, you dedicate yourself intensely, you put all your energy into everything you do. And when you finally achieve something important, when you realize a dream, when you achieve a significant victory, you deserve to be celebrated. You deserve for the people around you to recognize your effort, your dedication, your courage. But there are people who simply can't do that. No matter what you achieve, they will always find a way to diminish its importance. They will say you were lucky. They will say anyone could have done the same. They will compare your achievement to something greater that someone else accomplished. They will point out flaws or imperfections in what you have done. And every time they do this, they are projecting an energy of devaluation onto you. They are blocking the flow of abundance that should be entering your life. What happens in the spiritual world is very interesting. When you achieve something and are genuinely celebrated, recognized, and valued, it creates a vibration of gratitude and abundance that attracts even more achievements into your life. It's as if the universe is saying, "Look how this person is being recognized for what they did. I'm going to send them even more opportunities." But when your achievements are minimized, when no one recognizes your worth, it creates an energy of scarcity, of not being enough, that blocks new blessings from reaching you. Aries needs to feel valued. They need to know that their efforts are being seen, that their hard work is making a difference. When you are surrounded by people who don't recognize your worth, who don't celebrate your victories, your motivation gradually dwindles. You start to question whether it's worth putting in so much effort, whether it's worth dreaming big, whether anyone really cares about what you're building. God is showing you this sign because He wants you to understand that you deserve to be surrounded by people who truly celebrate you. Not people who pretend to be happy for you while biting their tongues in envy, but people who genuinely rejoice, who celebrate your achievements as if they were their own, who encourage you to dream even bigger because they believe in your potential. Now think about how the people close to you react when you share an achievement. Are they genuinely excited? Do they ask interested questions wanting to know more details? Do they congratulate you wholeheartedly? Or do they respond with indifference, quickly change the subject, or worse, find a way to dampen your enthusiasm? People who minimize your achievements are telling you, without words, that they don't want you to shine brighter than them. The time has come for you to consciously choose with whom you will share your victories. Don't throw your pearls to those who don't know how to recognize their value. Save your joys for those few who truly deserve to be part of your special moments. And when you make this careful selection, when you stop seeking validation from those who will never give it to you, your confidence will strengthen enormously. You will learn to value yourself independently of the opinions of others, and that is one of the greatest spiritual freedoms that exists. Spiritual warning 7. You feel guilt constantly manipulated. The 7th spiritual warning that God is sending you is about emotional manipulation through guilt. Aries, you have a generous heart, you want to help, you want to be there for the people you love. But there are individuals who use exactly this kindness against you. These are people who have learned to manipulate you through guilt, who make you feel responsible for their happiness, who make you seem selfish or insensitive when you set healthy boundaries. These people are masters of victimhood. They always have a problem, they're always suffering, they always need you to solve something. And when you can't help, when you need to take care of yourself, when you simply don't have the energy to carry their problems, they make you feel terrible. They say things like, "I thought we were friends, I thought I could count on you. You've changed, you don't care about me anymore." And each of these phrases is designed to make you feel guilty, to make you back down, to make you continue being the savior who solves everything for them while you yourself are drowning. On a spiritual level, manipulated guilt is one of the heaviest forms of negative energy. It keeps you trapped in relationships that should have ended long ago. It makes you give far more than you receive. It transforms you into a compulsive giver who completely forgets to take care of yourself. And the more you succumb to this manipulation, the more these people will demand from you, because they've learned that it works, that they control you through your own kindness. God is warning you that you need to learn to differentiate between genuinely helping someone going through a difficult time and being used by someone who manipulates you emotionally. The difference is clear. Someone who truly needs help will be grateful for what you do, will recognize your effort, and will try to strengthen themselves so they don't always depend on you. But someone who manipulates you is never satisfied, always needs more, never acknowledges how much you've already done, and always makes you feel like you're not enough. For Aries, who has a brave and protective heart, it's very difficult to say no to someone who says they need help. You feel obligated to save everyone, to solve all problems, to be strong for everyone. But no one can carry the weight of the world alone. And when you try to do that, when you constantly sacrifice yourself for people who only take without ever giving anything in return, you are betraying yourself. You are saying that other people's lives are more important than your own. Now observe who the people are in your life who always make you feel guilty. Who are the ones who only show up when they need something? Who are the ones who never ask how you are, but always have long stories about their own problems? Who are the ones who react with anger or resentment when you can't meet their demands? These are the people who are blocking your light through emotional manipulation. You need to learn to set firm boundaries without feeling guilty. You need to understand that saying no when necessary isn't selfishness, it's self-care. You need to accept that you are not responsible for anyone's happiness but your own. And when you start practicing these healthy boundaries, many of these people will naturally disappear from your life because they can no longer control you. And that's not loss, it's liberation. It's space opening up for true, balanced relationships, where there is real exchange and not just you giving without ever receiving. Spiritual warning 8. Your instincts warn you but you ignore them. The 8th spiritual warning you need to heed is about trusting your own instincts. Aries, you have a very powerful intuition. That feeling of butterflies in your stomach, that tightness in your chest, that inner voice that tells you something isn't right. These aren't random signs. They're direct messages from the spiritual world trying to protect you. But often you ignore these warnings because your mind tries to rationalize, tries to find excuses, tries to give the benefit of the doubt to people who don't deserve it. When you encounter certain people and immediately feel an inexplicable discomfort, it's not without reason. When you're in certain environments and feel like leaving without understanding why, pay attention. When someone tells you something and you feel it's not true, even if you have no proof, believe what you're feeling. Your body, your soul, Your spirit are directly connected to the spiritual plane and pick up information that your rational mind cannot process. The problem is that most people have been taught to distrust their own instincts. We've been taught to be polite, to give chances, not to judge by appearances, to believe what we're told. And all of this has led you to learn to ignore that inner voice that always knows, always feels, always senses when something is wrong. And every time you ignore your instincts and force yourself to be around people or situations that your body is rejecting, you are putting yourself in spiritual and emotional danger. God gave you these instincts precisely to protect you. They're like an internal alarm system that goes off when danger is nearby. But what good is having the best alarm system in the world if you turn it off every time it goes off? Aries needs to learn to honor their own feelings, to respect their own perceptions, to trust the wisdom of their body and soul. How many times have you ignored that bad feeling about someone and then found out you were right? How many times have you forced yourself to maintain a friendship or relationship even though you felt something was wrong, only to later confirm that that person really wasn't good for you? How many times have you regretted not listening to your first impression, your initial intuition about a situation? The time has come for you to do things differently. From now on, when you feel that inexplicable discomfort around someone, don't ignore it. When your intuition tells you to distance yourself from a certain situation, obey it. When your whole body is warning you that something is wrong, believe it. You don't need logical explanations for everything. You don't need concrete proof to protect your own energy. Your instincts are your greatest tool for spiritual protection. They are the way your guardian angel, the universe, God uses to guide and protect you. When you begin to honor these signs, when you stop questioning and simply trust what you are feeling, your life changes completely. You stop getting involved with the wrong people, you stop getting into complicated situations, you stop ignoring giant red flags. And with that, you preserve your energy, your peace, your light for what truly deserves your attention. Spiritual warning 9. You are always giving without receiving in the same measure. The 9th spiritual warning that God is sending you has to do with reciprocity. Aries, you are generous by nature, you give with an open heart, you give yourself completely in relationships. But when you look honestly and realize that you are always the one who calls first, who invites, who worries, who asks how the other person is doing, who offers help, who makes yourself present, this is a clear sign that these relationships are completely unbalanced. Healthy relationships, whether friendships, romantic relationships, or even family relationships, need a balanced exchange. It doesn't have to be mathematical, it doesn't have to be the same at all times, but in general, over time, there needs to be reciprocity. When you realize that you are always giving and the other person is only receiving, when you are always the one making an effort and the other person never does the same for you, that's not a relationship, that's exploitation. There are people who have learned to identify compulsive givers like you and take advantage of it. They know you'll always be there, always give another chance, always understand, always forgive. And precisely because they know this, they don't make an effort. They don't need to, because you do all the work yourself. You keep the relationship going through your one-sided energy, while they simply enjoy the benefits without giving anything in return. God is showing you this because unbalanced relationships drain your life force in an absurd way. You spend emotional energy, mental energy, spiritual energy trying to keep something functioning that only works because you're carrying it all alone. And while you're wasting all that energy on people who don't reciprocate, you're making yourself unavailable for true relationships, for people who really want to be in your life and would make genuine efforts for you. Aries needs to understand a fundamental truth. Whoever truly cares about you will demonstrate it through concrete actions. Not just through pretty words, not just through empty promises, but through consistent attitudes that prove you are important. This person will also seek you out, initiate conversations, make plans to see you, ask how you are, and offer help when they realize you need it. Try this exercise. Think about your closest relationships and honestly answer these questions. If you stopped always being the one to reach out, how long would it take for that person to contact you? Or would they simply never reach out? When you need help, support, a shoulder to cry on, are these people available to you in the same way you are to them? Or do they always have excuses, are always busy, always have more important things to do? If you realize that most of your relationships are one-sided, where you give much more than you receive, it's time to make drastic changes. You need to start valuing yourself more, understanding that your time, your energy, your dedication are precious and should only be shared with those who truly deserve it. And when you start creating this healthy boundary, when you stop putting so much effort into those who don't do the same for you, Many of these relationships will simply disappear. And it will hurt at first, but later you'll realize it was the best thing that could have happened, because it opened up space for people who truly want to be by your side. Spiritual warning 10. You feel stagnant despite your efforts. The 10th spiritual warning you need to recognize is when you feel you're doing everything right, you're trying hard, you're working hard, but you simply can't move forward. It's like running on a treadmill, expending energy but staying in the same place. Aries, when this happens, it's usually not because you're not doing enough. It's because there are negative energies around you blocking your progress, preventing your blessings from reaching you. Often, these negative energies come from envious people in your life. People who don't want to see you grow, who feel threatened by your success, who unconsciously or consciously create obstacles in your path. On a spiritual level, negative thoughts directed at you create real blockages. It's as if these people are constantly throwing stones in your path, and you keep trying to walk but stumbling all the time. God is warning you that if you feel this inexplicable stagnation, if you have the feeling that things should be flowing better but aren't, you need to look around and identify who is draining your energy. Who are the people in your life who leave you tired, who overwhelm you with negativity, who always have something bad to say, who never encourage you but always find problems in everything you try to do? These people act like anchors that hold you to the bottom of the ocean. And no matter how hard you try to swim, no matter how much you strive to rise, these anchors will continue to pull you down. The only way for you to finally float, to finally move forward, to finally achieve what you are seeking, is by cutting these ropes that bind you to these people. Aries has a naturally expansive energy. You were born to grow, to conquer, to reach great heights. But when you are surrounded by people who live in scarcity, fear, and constant negativity, your own vibration begins to lower to match theirs. It's as if you were a flower trying to grow in poisoned soil. No matter how much light you seek, no matter how much water you try to absorb, if the surrounding soil is contaminated, you will not fully bloom. Observe your life now and be brutally honest with yourself. Since when have you felt stagnant? Since when have things stopped flowing naturally? And which people have entered your life or become more present during this same period? Often you will discover that your stagnation coincides exactly with the moment when you allowed certain toxic people to occupy an important space in your life. The solution isn't complicated, but it requires courage. You need to distance yourself from these people. You need to create clean, sacred space around you where only positive and constructive energies can enter. And when you do this energetic cleansing, when you remove these anchors that are holding you back, you will feel an immediate change. Things will start to flow again. Opportunities will appear. Doors will open. Not because you changed what you're doing, but because you removed the blockages that were preventing your blessings from reaching you. Spiritual warning 11. Your prayers seem to go unanswered. The 11th spiritual warning that God is sending you is about your prayers. Aries, you are a person of faith. You believe in something greater. You ask for guidance. You pray for help in difficult times. But perhaps you have noticed that lately it seems that your prayers are not being heard. You ask but you don't receive. You pray but you don't see changes. You cry out but it seems that there is a blockage between you and the divine. When this happens, it's rarely because God isn't listening to you. It's because there are very strong energetic interferences around you that are blocking the communication channel between you and the spiritual realm. These interferences usually come from people in your life who are emitting very low, very dense, very negative vibrations. It's like trying to listen to beautiful music, but having someone next to you constantly shouting, preventing you from hearing it. People who live in envy, resentment, constant anger, and chronic negativity create a very dense spiritual fog around themselves. And if you are close to these people, this fog envelopes you as well, hindering your connection with the higher plane. Your prayers cannot penetrate this energetic barrier. Your positive intentions remain trapped in this density before they can even reach the universe. God is showing you this because He wants you to understand that to have a strong connection with the divine, for your prayers to be heard and answered, you need to keep your energy clean, elevated, and free from negative influences. You need to surround yourself with people who also cultivate faith, hope, and positivity. People who believe in miracles, who trust in divine power, who vibrate at high frequencies of love and gratitude. For Aries, who has a warrior spirit, but is also deeply spiritual, this connection with the divine is essential. You need to feel that you are being guided, that you are not alone on this journey, that there is a greater purpose for everything you face. But when this connection is blocked, when you cannot feel the divine presence in your life, You feel lost, confused, without direction. So now take a deep look at this. Since when have you felt that your prayers are not being answered? Since when have you felt this distance from the spiritual? And what has changed in your life during this period? What new people have entered your life? What environments have you started frequenting? What habits have you adopted? Often you will discover that this spiritual blockage began precisely when you allowed very low and negative energies to get close to you. The good news is that you can reverse this. You can cleanse your energy, you can reestablish your connection with the divine, you can have your prayers heard again. But this requires you to make courageous decisions to distance yourself from those who are blocking your light. It requires you to create a sacred space in your life, protected from negative influences. And when you do this, when you truly commit to your spiritual growth, you will feel almost immediately that the connection has returned, that your prayers are being heard, that the divine is responding to you in clear and undeniable ways. Spiritual warning 12. You have lost the natural joy that has always characterized you. The 12th and final spiritual warning that God is sending you is perhaps the most important of all. It's when you look at yourself and realize you've lost that natural joy, that excitement for life, that inner fire that always characterized you. Aries, you were born to be vibrant, energetic, passionate about life. But if lately you've been feeling apathetic, discouraged, without the will to do the things that once filled you with enthusiasm, this is a major warning sign that toxic people are literally extinguishing your light. This is the most serious consequence of living with people who block your energy. Little by little, without you realizing it, they drain your vitality, your joy, your will to live fully. You begin to see the world through their negative eyes. You start to doubt yourself because they always doubt you. You start to be afraid to take risks because they always point out dangers. You start to feel small because they always belittle you. And one day you wake up and you don't recognize yourself anymore. Where is that vibrant person you used to be? Where is that contagious energy that made everyone around you feel better? Where are those giant dreams you used to have? Where is that courage to face any challenge? All of that was stolen, little by little, by people who weren't capable of handling your brilliance. God is showing you this now because He wants you to reclaim who you truly are. He wants you to shine again with the intensity that is your trademark. He wants you to regain your joy, your passion, your enthusiasm for life. But for that to happen, you need to do a deep and radical cleansing of your life. You need to remove all the people who are dimming your light, who are poisoning your energy, who are preventing you from being who you were born to be. It's not easy to make these decisions. Many of these people may have been known for years, may be blood relatives, may have been part of your routine for so long that you can't even imagine your life without them. But you need to understand one thing. Keeping these people in your life out of obligation, guilt, or fear of hurting them is the same as choosing the slow death of your own soul. It's choosing to remain extinguished instead of shining again. Aries deserves to live life to the fullest, with all its intensity, with all its radiant light. You weren't born to be a diminished version of yourself just to avoid bothering people who can't handle your greatness. You were born to be pure fire, to illuminate paths, to inspire others to shine too. And when you finally decide to free yourself from those who block your light, when you choose your own happiness above all else, something miraculous happens. Your joy returns. Your enthusiasm returns. That desire to conquer the world resurfaces with full force. And you finally understand that all those people you thought were important in your life were, in fact, just temporary obstacles that needed to be removed so you could reach your true destiny. The life that awaits you on the other side of this liberation is infinitely more beautiful, more fulfilling, more full of true love and genuine joy than everything you left behind. If this message resonated with your zodiac sign, trust me, it's no coincidence. When the universe wants to speak to you, it sends exactly the right signal, and you're here because you needed to hear this today. Your contribution as a subscriber or member is what keeps these messages alive. Messages that touch, awaken, and transform lives. And if this video made sense to you, leave your birth date in the comments. So my dear Aries, we have reached the end of this journey of spiritual revelations. And if you have made it this far, if you have listened to each of these 12 warnings with an open heart, it is because you are ready to make the necessary changes in your life. You are ready to free yourself from everything and everyone that is blocking your light, your prosperity, your happiness. I know what I'm asking you to do isn't easy. I know that distancing yourself from people, even when they hurt you, can be one of the hardest things there is. But I need you to understand that your life, your peace, your joy, your light are more important than any toxic relationship. You can't keep sacrificing yourself for people who don't value you, who don't respect you, who don't want to see you shine. Each of these 12 warnings we share today is a gift from God to you. It's an opportunity to look at your life clearly, to identify where the blockages are, to recognize who is preventing your blessings from arriving. And now that you have this awareness, now that you see the truth, you have a responsibility to yourself. The responsibility to act, to make courageous decisions, to choose your own happiness. Always remember, you are Aries, you are fire, you are strength, you are courage personified. There is nothing you cannot do when you truly decide to. And this decision to free yourself from negative energies, to distance yourself from toxic people, to protect your light at all costs, is perhaps the most important decision you can make in your life. It is the decision that will change absolutely everything. So I invite you now to make a commitment to yourself. Look at your life with complete honesty. Identify the people who fit these 12 warnings. And start today to create healthy distance, to set necessary boundaries, to protect your energy as the precious treasure that it is. It won't happen overnight, it won't be painless, but it will be worth every tear, every difficult moment. Because on the other side awaits a version of yourself that you don't even remember exists anymore. A brilliant, powerful, joyful, fulfilled version. And while you cleanse your life, while you remove blockages and create space for the new, continue trusting in the divine plan. Continue praying, continue asking for guidance, continue believing that the best is yet to come. Because it is, my dear. God has wonderful plans for you. Abundant blessings waiting to be poured out upon your life. But they will only reach you when you remove everything that is blocking the way. Now I want to ask you a question. Which of these 12 messages touched your heart the most? Which one made you think of someone specific in your life? Tell me in the comments below. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, now is the perfect time. Click the subscribe button and activate the bell, because here you will continue to receive powerful messages that will guide you, strengthen you, and help you connect with your greater purpose. If these messages have truly touched your heart, if you feel these videos are making a difference in your life, consider becoming a channel member. Your contribution helps us continue bringing you this life-transforming content, awakening consciousness, and helping people like you find their path to enlightenment. You are special, you are unique, you are a divine spark walking through this world. Never let anyone dim your light. Never allow small people to make you feel small. You were born to be great, to shine brightly, to illuminate not only your own life but the lives of everyone lucky enough to cross your path. Trust the process, trust yourself, trust God. And always remember, the universe is conspiring in your favor, the stars are aligned for your victories, and there is no force in the world capable of preventing what God has prepared for you. You just need the courage to remove the obstacles, to break free from the chains, to fly free as you were always destined to fly. Until the next video, dear Aries, may your light shine ever brighter, may your blessings multiply, may your life be filled with joy, true love, and magnificent achievements. And never forget, you deserve all the most beautiful things this universe has to offer.